Hi, this is African Time. The name is Vidashi Essay. Well, see this. So recently, was shared by the African Fund Zone saying Africa's largest recipient of U.S. foreign aid in 2022. Okay, so we're going to discuss this. Africa's largest recipient of U.S. foreign aid or ACE in 2022. Well, see this. So number one on the list is Ethiopia. Ethiopia is believed to have received an aid of 1.7 billion US dollars. Number two is Egypt, 1.4 billion US dollars. Number three is South Sudan, 976 million US dollars. And at number 8 is Nigeria with 974 million US dollars. It says US President Donald Trump has ordered the suspension of US foreign aid worldwide for 3 months. Okay, so that is it. This is something actually we all know about that His Excellency Donald Trump after his inauguration, he has actually given an executive order cancelling the U.S. Aid to foreign nationals for the next 3 months. He has actually cancelled it and made it on hold that he actually doesn't understand why U.S. is spending so much on other countries that more than their citizens. Okay, so we have actually put that on hold. Now it got us to know which African countries are actually been receiving most foreign aid, and we have Ethiopia leading, Egypt second, South Sudan third, and then Nigeria being fourth. Okay, now this were some interesting takes from some Africans. Though this one says, we did not beg for aid. Arrest that drug dealer that calls himself our president when he next comes. Okay, so Nigerian is saying that they never asked for any aid, though. Whoever that actually comes for your aid, you guys need to arrest the person because they have never sent anybody. Well, again, this one also says, Nigeria's aid goes to individuals' pockets. And this one is also saying, this is a reminder for Africa to unite and harness its natural resources in order to become the world's dominant force. When you have an abundance of resources at your disposal, you can't be improvised. Stop allowing the West to use you for their own self-serving ends as you get poorer. Okay, so this is actually saying that why Africa is still not united already. We should get our things right, get our things together so that we can actually be man enough to hold our resources, that these West can stop puppeting us and also making us poorer while getting our resources cheaper. Okay, that is his takes too. But well, let's make the matters more interesting. Let's see top 10 countries that are actually receiving most foreign aid from the USA. Okay, let's go. So the African narratives share this. It says countries receive the most U.S. foreign aid, that is in 2022. So 4 of the top 10 countries that received the U.S. foreign aid in 2022 are located in Africa. And as you know, Ethiopia, Egypt, South Sudan, and Nigeria actually leading the 10. Now let's see the global one. So it says by amount of aid received in USD, that's in dollars. Number 1 is Ukraine. Ukraine is believed to receive 11.2 billion US dollars. Number 2 is Israel to receive 3.3 billion US dollars. And number 3 is Afghanistan, 1.9 billion US dollars. And number 4 is Ethiopia, 1.7 billion US dollars. And number 5 is Egypt, 1.4 billion US dollars. And number 6 is Yemen, 1.3 billion US dollars. And number 7 is Jordan, 1.1 billion US dollars. And number 8 is South Sudan, $976 million. And number 9 is Nigeria, $974 million. And at number 10 is Syria, $842 million. So actually that is it. This is your top 10 most aid received in US dollars or by US country or by US to some various countries. And we have 4 African countries being represented. That is Ethiopia, Egypt, South Sudan, and then Nigeria representing this one. Okay, so a South African lastly came and says, you see, South Africa is not dependent on foreign aid. We can survive without it. So that is it. So this South African actually shared this take because it's believed that how back and forth now the American government or the Donald Trump government is actually going with South Africa based on some laws that they have actually been recently being done by the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, about some laws against lands in South Africa that have actually caused these kind of hits that South Africa is actually facing more than any other country when US is sanctioned, because Donald Trump is actually not pleased with some things or takes by South Africa. I don't know why they are not. They are. I don't know if they are defending human rights or rights, right, or they are actually mingling in independent countries' affairs. I don't know which we call that, but well, anyway, anyhow, that is how it's happening in the world right now. This is Vidashi Essay. The name is African Time, and I was here to actually discuss and let you guys know what is happening in the Africa continent and the world at large concerning African politics. Thank you for your time.